let's all come to the top of your mat. So you'll be standing facing towards the front of your mat like this. I'm going to begin just facing you for ease of visuals. And you can just come to have your feet just comfortably apart, close together, but just at a comfortable distance for you. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. And I want to welcome you all to our Vinyasa flow this lunchtime. And welcome to you all from wherever you are joining in the world. My name is Nina. I'm a friend of Janine's, and thank you to Janine for organizing this. I hope you enjoy it. We've got a Vinyasa flow for all levels. So I hope it's accessible for everybody. And yeah, so let's begin. So standing together, hands in front of your heart, just look down at your palms and take a moment to press one hand into the other and feel that connection from palm to palm. And let's just take a few deep, full breaths together here. Breathing through your own rhythm, but trying to make the breath as expansive as possible. So breathe right into your belly, breathe right through the torso up into the shoulders, as though your lungs took over the whole of your torso. And breathe down first, so filling the belly first, and then expanding up through the chest cavity, as though you could breathe right into the shoulders. And the exhalation is from the top right down. And let's just use that full expansive breath and a gaze downwards or inwards if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes to begin our practice. And we'll just spend a few moments here connecting with our breath. And this is a wonderful tool in allowing ourselves to be present mentally. So we've landed here on our mats at the same time. Let's give ourselves a moment to land mentally as well. And our breath is the most powerful tool in achieving that. So let your breath be your guide into presence. And begin as we stand here to feel the connection between your posture, your body, as you stand, as you feel, and your breath. And indeed, this is our main intention through any yoga practice, regardless of different variety or form or level. Our main intention is to connect mind, breath, and body. And this is so useful to us now in this time of change, of transformation, of dislocation, of isolation. So many of us are feeling a lot of anxiety around this. So many of us are feeling as though things are happening out of our control and that we're isolated and disconnected from the people that we love, the routines that we're used to. And so let's use this space, these four corners of our mats and our practice to try and reconnect mind, breath, and body. Let's use this as a powerful tool in calming the nervous system and energizing and in cultivating presence. Taking another full cycle of breath here, inhale and exhale. And then gently fluttering the eyes open and bringing the palms to face up towards the ceiling, opening the legs out to be about hip width apart and bending softly into your knees. Your toes can face inward slightly, heels outward slightly. And we're going to start to match our movement to our breath. So inhaling, exhaling to press down. This is like Tai Chi kind of movements. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And start to feel the energetic flow and connection, breath and body. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time let's add to it. And exhale, pressing forwards. Inhale back. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, press forwards. Inhale back. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale forwards. Inhale up. Start to expand into the shoulders. Exhale down. Inhale up. And pressing forward, exhale. Let's do the last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And to finish an exhalation. Inhale to bring the palms together again, bringing the feet, and we're all still facing forwards, bringing the feet together once again. And then inhale to reach the arms up above the head, stretching right into the fingertips, bringing your arms alongside the ears. And then let's exhale and swan dive down, opening the arms out. You can bend into the back of the knees, the hamstrings might be tight. And then you're going to bring your arms around elbow, hands on each elbow, and soften into the neck. Feel the weight of the head, and you can kind of sway from side to side here. Knees are still bent. Feel the heaviness of the head, feel the heaviness of the arms, and feel the release this achieves over the spine. Feel that weight alleviating tension over the shoulders, feeling a sense of traction here over the spine. And let's take 3 releasing breaths here. So inhale and exhale out the mouth, making an audible sigh. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhale through the nose, third and last one. And exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Inhale, place your hands to the floor. Straighten the legs if you can. If they're still bent, that's fine. Look forwards. And then exhale, step back with your left foot, bringing it behind you, left knee elevated, and the knee nice and strong. Press into the heel. Place your left hand on the inside of the right foot, and then inhale to come into your easy revolved lunge. So reaching your right arm up towards the ceiling and almost stacking up the shoulder joints. Make sure that you open the chest and you open the torso as much as you can to the right side of the mat. Full breath and exhale. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to sweep the right arm forward, bringing it on the inside of the right knee along with the left, and then close your back left heel. You'll be facing the side of your mat now, and you want to hold onto your elbows once again and start to sway with your breath from knee to knee. Make the neck soft. Make sure the knees are bent. Let's do another round. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, come back to the front of your mat and then bring your left knee to the floor. Release into the left foot and have your hands on either side of the right foot. Soften into your hips here and relax your glutes. You can look down towards your right foot and slightly dome into your shoulder blades, so pressing the rhomboids back and behind you. And so hips are an area of anxiety and control in the body. So you just want to use that exhalation to release and start to trust the hips as you move the weight forwards. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. And now bringing hands to the floor completely as you lift up into the left leg and step back into your plank. And exhale. We can just hold this for a few breaths as it's our first one. So you want to achieve that slight dome in the shoulders as we just did again. So you're protecting your shoulder blades, and then you press your thumb and your forefinger firmly into the mat, spreading the fingers as wide as possible. Press back into your heels, lift up through the kneecaps, and then lock through the hips and make sure you aren't sagging through the hips here. And then exhale to bring your knees to the floor. We'll come into the Anahatasana, that heart opening pose. So you're going to exhale, soften your chest to the floor. You can either bring your chin, if that's possible, or if not, your forehead to the floor. And you want to make sure that your hips are over your knees here. As you take a few deep, full breaths, opening into the front of the body, into the underarms, over the chest, and creating a sense of relief over the upper back and over the scapula. So a lot of us working from home or working in any time over a desk, over a computer, this is the stiffest part of the back, the upper middle part. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your head to look forward and slide forward to flatten your body onto the mat. Elbows under shoulders and your hands shoulder width apart. This is the Sphinx pose. You want to press your feet into the floor, roll the shoulders back, and open up your heart, open up your chest as you offer your chin forwards. So you're really rolling the shoulders back here and gently pressing elbows and hands into floor. Let's take another breath here. Inhale, exhale. Last breath here, inhale. And then on the exhalation, close your chest to the floor, place your hands under your shoulders and press the floor away. Tuck your toes under and then exhale, and let's find our first down dog. Taking deep breaths here, you can pedal your legs, warming further into the hamstrings, bending and straightening one knee at a time, and just tilting the hips from side to side. So just do what you need to warm up into the hamstrings and hips for a few breaths. Always such a lovely feeling, our first down dog of a session, of a class. Make sure your fingers are spread here. Make sure that energetically you're pushing away into the floor. Now you can come to still the body in your down dog. And as you push away into the floor, you're making an external rotation in the upper arms to protect your shoulders and soften into the back of the neck. Let's take another full breath here as we tilt our hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, looking forward towards the hands and walking our feet back towards the front of the mat. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, we can dive up, reverse dive, swan dive. And exhale, palms together. Let's do that again. Inhale to reach up towards the sky, and then exhale to dive down. Hug the body in. Inhale, straight back, straight legs. And on the exhalation, step back with the right foot this time, placing your right hand on the inside of the left, lifting up the left arm in our easy side angle. You want to open the chest and torso to the left side and engage into the back right knee. Another full breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to elevate and lift, pressing the floor away. And then exhale to sweep that left arm forward, placing it on inside of the left leg, closing the right foot, and let's sway from side to side, facing the right side of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, find your way back to the front of the mat and soften your right knee and foot on the floor behind you. Placing your hands on either side of the left foot, let's soften into the hips here. So in this version of a lower Anjanasana, you can soften your glutes as well. And we're really focusing on opening the hips out, using the exhalation to move the weight forward over the left foot. Last full breath here, inhale and exhale. Pressing your hands into the floor, inhale to step back with the left foot, and let's come into our plank. So again, you're reaching through the top of the head as you reach back through the heels. You can squeeze between the thighs and lock those hips. Press forefinger and thumb into the floor. On your next exhalation, knees come to the floor, they're hip width apart, and then soften your chest in your Anahatasana. Bum over knees, chin or forehead to the floor. Let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, looking forward, coming through the Sphinx to lower the belly to the floor, and then lower your chest to the floor as you bring your hands on the outside of your mat. So make like spider fingers, pressing the tops of the fingers to the floor, and elbows go out wide. So you're making a lot of space in the shoulders here. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to soften down. So make the movement intuitive and organic, mixed with the rhythm of your breath. And maybe you want to, as you flow up with the inhalation and flow down with the exhalation. Include some stretches for your neck. Perhaps when you tune in, you feel that one shoulder is more stiff than the other. And I want you to tune into your spine and open up the lines of communication, what you need today with your movement. So how are you going to relieve that tension from the shoulders? Let's take 2 more cycles of breath. Last one here, inhale and exhale. Placing hands under shoulders, inhale to lift up, tuck the toes under, exhale, and inhale. Let's find our down dog, exhale. 2 more breaths here. Soften the neck, tilt the hips, and feel an external rotation in the legs as well as the arms now as you squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. And exhale. Inhale, looking forwards, and walk your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to rise, reverse swan dive. And exhale. Inhale, let's do that again with some variations. Exhale to fold down. Hug the body in. Inhale, straight back, straight neck, straight legs. And then exhale, step back with the left foot. Left hand on the inside of the right. Inhale to lift up into your easy revolved side angle. And this time on your exhalation, you're going to soften your right hip and rotate onto the outside of the right foot as you lower your left foot, as you lower your left hip and bum towards the floor, opening the arms out. On the inhalation, you're going to close in and bring your right hand to meet the right toes. And you can dome in the upper back here and draw belly into spine. So exhale to open out. Inhale to round in. Feel the engagement of the core with that inhalation. Exhale to open out. Deep hip opener. Inhale, draw the energy inwards. Let's do the last one here. Exhale to open out. And inhale, draw the energy in. And then locking that back left heel to the floor, let's sway from side to side, facing the side of the mat. And this time, let's go deeper into the hips. So keeping the bum low, let's move through some low-level skandasanas or skater poses. So you can use your hands to guide you as you move from the back to the front. Let's go one more time on each side. Exhale. Inhale towards the front, sweeping your hands on either side of the right foot as you lower the left knee to the floor and release into the left foot. Roll the shoulders back, inhale. And on your exhalation, you're going to press your left hand to the floor and push your right knee away. So more deeply here, telescoping your ribs up towards the ceiling. Exhale. On your next inhalation, if it suits you, you can lift up your left leg and bring your right hand back to meet that left leg. If your hand doesn't meet the leg, that's fine. Just keep it either lifted up, so engaging into the glute and hamstring, or down, that's also fine. If you've got the hand in your foot, you're telescoping the ribs further, more up towards the ceiling and coming into a back bend here as you melt your hips down to the floor. Last breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to bring the arm over and place it on the inside of the right foot as you hook the back heel and come up to stand to the side of your mat. Immediately with the heels in, you can sit back into your goddess pose. So this is to have your knees at a 90-degree angle, heels in, toes out. Inhale to bring the arms up, palms facing one another, energetically as though you're holding an invisible ball between your arms, between your hands. And you want to roll the shoulders back, chest facing forwards. And the weight is evenly distributed over the feet. Engage your glutes. Deep breath here, inhale. And on the exhalation, start to wheel your hands as if though you're painting a circle with a ball. Wheel your hands to the left and then up to the right. Exhale. We'll go 2 times in each direction. Inhale. Don't rush the movement. The longer it takes, we're going the opposite direction now, first to the right. The longer it takes, the more engagement through the core. Exhale. And inhale. Back to the center. Exhale to release through the legs and hook your left foot to be parallel to the back of the mat, right foot at a 90-degree angle to the left. Engage through the glutes and lock your hips as we ready ourselves for the Trikonasana. Inhale and exhale to reach towards the right. Reach as far as you can, keeping the body long, the knees straight and the hips locked to the side. And then slowly bring your hand to the shin, to the thigh, if that's as far down as you get, or to the floor, up to you. It doesn't matter how far down the hand is, but the important part is that your chest is open to the side of the mat. So you really want to lock the hips and get the side body really to come more front on. So that includes rotating the top left hip backwards and the right bottom hip slightly forwards. Another full breath here as we reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale to bring the left arm overhead now, reaching towards the front of the mat. You'll feel an extra pull into the core here. Protect your lower back by drawing belly button in towards spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And on the exhalation, you're going to swivel your chest to face over that right foot. And you can hook your left toes to facing towards the front left side of your mat. If it's too intense in the back of the hamstring here for you, you can also lift up your left back heel if that helps. And we're going to pulse with the breath here. So you either have your hands, if you can't reach the floor with having a straight knee, you can have your hands on your shin. Taking a deep breath in to look forwards and exhale to fold in. Will these breaths be like stress relieving? Inhale, feel the energy enter the body. Exhale to release, flushing out the system. Third one here, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale. Inhale to look forwards and bending the front knee if you need to, placing your hands to the mat, and then stepping back to your down dog. On your next inhalation, coming up onto the heels and waving the spine forward, looking towards your belly button as you press through the upper shoulders, waving forward slowly into your plank. One breath here, inhale, exhale, inhale. On your exhalation, bending your knees to the floor, and this time we're going to come into the 8-limb pose, so offering chin and chest to the floor along with the knees. Exhale to slide forwards. Inhale, low cobra as you roll the shoulders back, tucking the elbows in towards the side body, engaging glutes and lower back. Exhale, lower the body, push the floor away. Inhale, tucking the toes under. Exhale, let's find our down dog. Let's take another full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, lift up your right leg, kick it back and behind you, come into your 3-legged dog. So you want to try and straighten into the right knee, but you also don't want to compromise the balance in the hips here, so your alignment in your hips. So you want to close your right hip to the floor a little bit here to make sure they're still parallel to the floor, and fire up the inner line of the right leg, pressing through the right big toe and the ball of the right foot. Weight evenly distributed over your hands. Another full breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to bend into the right knee, bringing your right heel to the left bum cheek, and really now trying to elevate the right knee as much as you can up towards the ceiling. So now you can open up through the hips and you're going to lift into the right hip, but try to keep the weight evenly distributed over your hands. You can either stay here for another few breaths, or if it's in your practice to come over into the wild thing, then now's the time to do it. And for that, to slowly, with control, bringing the right foot over, placing the right toes to the floor, and then inhale to open through the heart. Big, deep chest opener as you reach through the fingers and soften through the neck. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, we're going to come back. So planting your right hand to the floor, lifting up your right leg, keep the knee bent as you now slowly transition forwards into your half pigeon, bringing your right knee between your hands and softening into the left knee, the left foot and left leg. And now's the time, if your hips are tight, to use a cushion or a blanket or some kind of soft support underneath your right hip. So you want to wedge that there if your hip doesn't comfortably meet the floor. And then once you have that support under the hip and you feel like you're balanced on both sides of the hips, take a deep breath in and roll the shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale. Lengthen through the top of the head, and then exhale to kind of peel the body forwards, placing your hands as far forward as you can, or bending your elbows depending on how much space you have or what feels comfortable for your shoulders. And then close your head in towards the floor. If you're not close to the floor, your head is far away from the floor, you can also support your head with your hands, just cradling your forehead in your hands. And let's take a few rounds of deep, full breathing here, closing the body into the floor and finding a moment of intimacy as you turn the gaze inwards. Just connecting with the beating heart, connecting with how you feel right now on your mat, how your body feels today, how your heart feels, how your mind feels in this time of transition. And as you connect with that, I invite you to acknowledge it as though observing from a slight distance. So without judgment, without discrimination, just connecting, observing. And through this connection, this observation without discrimination, we come to accept. Accepting the reality as it is today. On your next inhalation, lifting your chest up and then bringing your left leg forward. You can just kind of wheel it forwards to sit on both bum cheeks, and your left leg is out in front of you. Two options. So your right leg stays where it was, knee pointing towards the front. First option is to bring your hands over your foot if you know that you have the range in the hamstring. If you don't, then you're going to bring your hands behind the hamstring, interlocking your fingers and supporting that leg, keeping the elbows close to the body. Regardless of where you place your hands, I invite you to press the chest forward towards the thigh first and lengthen through the spine. And this allows us to protect our lower back. And this will also allow you to tilt forwards onto the pelvic floor. So coming right onto the front of the pelvic floor, drawing belly into spine. And then on your next inhalation, straightening that leg up. So wherever you're holding onto your leg, your elbows are close in towards the body. Just make sure you aren't holding behind the knee. Of course, that just makes straightening the leg so much more difficult. And if it's in your practice, on your next exhalation, you can now open your elbows out and move your head towards the leg, maybe cradling forehead or nose to the leg. If you're nowhere near the leg, that's fine. You're just focusing on straightening the spine and enjoying the stretch. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale to kind of release, and then sweep that left leg back and behind you, back where we were in our half pigeon. Inhale to push the floor away and lift up that right leg. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, looking towards the front of the mat. And on your next exhalation, coming onto the balls of the feet, bending your knees and jumping or stepping your feet to be outside your hands, two hands. So coming to jump lightly, and we're ready to come into our malasana or yogi squat at the front of the mat. If your heels are nowhere near the floor, you can always wedge something, a t-shirt, a blanket, a cushion underneath your heels, and that will help you to feel more comfortable here. But everybody, regardless of where your heels are, if you have support or not, you want to bring your arms on the inside of those knees, palms together, pressing your palms together as you straighten through the spine and feel the heaviness in the glutes and the bum. Let them lower down towards the floor and elevate through the chest, elevate through the top of the head. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lower your hands to the floor and inhale to come to stand up. Bringing the feet together. Let's do the flow on the other side to end off our practice. On the inhalation, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold down. Inhale, straight back, straight legs. And on your next exhalation, stepping back with your right foot, placing your right hand on the inside of the right leg. Inhale to lift the left arm up. On the exhalation, coming onto the outside of the right foot and softening the hips, opening the hand out. Inhale, glutes strong, belly strong, left hand on left toes. Exhale to open out. Inhale, dome up, round in. Exhale, open out. Inhale. This will be our last one. Exhale, open out. Inhale. On the exhalation, closing the back right foot. And now we can do our skater pose from side to side. So use your hands to support you if you need. Just going once or twice to each side. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the back. And this time, inhale, find your way back towards the front, lowering into the right knee and the right foot. Pressing your left knee away with your left hand as you telescope your ribs up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Really sink into the hips here. This is like a melting posture. And then if you did it on the one side, do so on the other to lift up your left foot, cradling your left hand in the left foot. And then you can press that hand backwards, opening further into the posture, telescoping the ribs up towards the ceiling. Let's hold it for another 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Bottom of the exhalation, bring that hand forward and place it on the inside of the foot. As you lift up that back leg coming towards, and now my back is to you, but we're going to come into our goddess on facing the other side. So sitting back into your heels and engaging into your glutes and in rolling the pelvic floor up and under to protect your lower back. And then this time you can inhale, bringing your arms up into cactus arms. So elbows in a line with shoulders, spread your fingers. Exhale. Inhale to reach and lengthen, straightening your arms, bringing your fingers to touch. Exhale to open. Inhale to reach and lengthen. Exhale to open. Inhale to reach and lengthen. And exhale to open. This time as you inhale, sweep your hands behind you, interlocking your fingers in a fist behind your bum, and then hooking your toes in and your heels outwards. Inhale to straighten through the elbows, pressing the hands away from the body, lengthening and lifting through the chest. And then exhale to tilt forwards, bringing the arms overhead. Weight coming forward into the balls of the feet, neck is long and soft. So it doesn't matter how far your arms come overhead. Don't focus on pressing and forcing the arms down. Just focus on the weight of the upper body. Try and straighten into your knees and try and tilt your hips up towards the ceiling as the weight comes further and further into the toes. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale and exhale. You're going to inhale to come up and out. Same way we went in, nice straight back. Standing up, rotating left toes towards the front of the mat, right at a 90-degree angle at the back of the mat, reaching out into our Trikonasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine, reach through the fingers, and exhale, knees are straight, hips are locked, and you're going to reach as far as you can towards the left, and then slowly bring the left hand to the shin or to the floor, up to you, looking up towards the right fingers, stacking those shoulder joints up, and allowing for some softness in the neck here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to bring the right arm overhead alongside the ear and press into the right side body, almost dome up in the right side body, pressing the right hip away from you, drawing belly into spine. Exhale. Inhale. And then on the exhalation, you can close yourself over that left leg, bringing your right toes to face towards the right front corner of your mat, or lifting up the right heel if you need to. Let's pulse with the breath. Exhale, soften in. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to soften in. Third one here. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to soften in. Inhale, lift and lengthen and plant your hands to the floor, spreading the fingers. And then exhale, stepping back into your down dog. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift up your left leg, kicking it back and behind you, three-legged dog. Pressing into and engaging into the inner line of that left leg as you equalize the hips to be parallel to the floor. Exhale. On your next inhalation, bending into that left knee and then stacking the hip joints up as you draw the left knee up high towards the ceiling, now really opening radically into the left hip and stretching into the left side body. Continue to press the floor away evenly, and you can either stay here, wait for us, and a couple of 3 breaths, or if it's in your practice and you did it on the other side, we're going to slowly and with control transition into our wild thing. Bring your left toes to the floor, engaging the glutes and lifting and offering the hips and the chest up towards the ceiling. Neck remains soft. Exhale. Deep heart opener. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, coming back, bringing left hand to the floor, keeping the left knee bent as you then transition to bring it forward between your hands, setting up for the half pigeon. Placing the cushion underneath the left bum cheek if you need it for that extra support. And when you're ready, inhale to lift and lengthen through the spine, rolling the shoulders back first. And then exhale to flatten your chest towards the floor, reaching forwards, right into the fingertips, or opening the arms out, elbows on either side. Maybe you need to cradle your head, or maybe in your hands, or maybe your forehead meets the floor. And connecting with this moment of stillness and the gaze inwards once again. Perhaps closing your eyes and connecting with the touch of your eyelids to your eyeballs. And just tuning into the sensations of the body in this passing moment. And using this cultivation of presence on the mat as a way to embrace this day for all it is, and all its imperfections and whatever struggles we may be facing now. And just leaning into everything as it is in this passing moment, using the breath and the body to embrace and to feel things as they are, not to shy away from them, not to try and neglect or anesthetize, but with the power of the breath and the present mind, just leaning into the presence of this moment. On your next inhalation, you can press the floor away and lift the chest up. And on your exhalation, wheeling the right leg forwards, keeping the left leg exactly where it is. Same thing on other side, either interlocking your fingers behind the thigh or bringing your hands to your toes. First, pressing the chest towards the knee and lengthening through the lower spine, tilting to the very front of the hips. Using the next inhalation to lengthen through that leg. So if you are hanging onto the toes, onto the foot, if you want to, on your next inhalation, you can open your elbows out, making space through the shoulders, and then exhale to bring your knee to your nose or towards your shin. Keep pressing through that lower spine. Try not to dome in. It doesn't matter how close leg is to face. It's about how straight the spine is. Another full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly releasing that leg, bringing it to the floor, bringing your left alongside the right, and we can roll down onto our mat, coming into the final stages of our practice. Lengthening out on the mat, feeling your spine flat on the floor, and then tilting your knees towards the left side as you stretch your right arm, palm facing downwards, away from you, and look over your right shoulder. So a gentle reclining twist. And just taking 3 breaths here. Exhale. You can close your eyes and begin to become aware of how the body is softening and slowing. Breath becoming more subtle. Heartbeat slowing. Inhale when you're ready. Feet towards the center again. Exhale, knees towards the right, reaching through the left hand now, palm facing downwards, looking over the left shoulder. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly. Allow the belly to feel soft and to flow with that rhythm of breath. Inhale, bring your knees back towards the center. Exhale, lowering your legs to the floor and coming into your corpse pose, your Shavasana. The last minute here. Palms facing upwards, feet flopping outwards. Invite you to close your eyes and take a moment to soften the jaw and just connect with the feeling of your body supported by the floor. Feel every minute point of body in contact with the mat. And given the support of the earth beneath you, you have the opportunity and the invitation to let go. To completely relax the body and relax the limbs. And then your eyes are closed. We have a moment here also to drink in this wonderful feeling of the limbs having been oxygenated and moved and stretched. This is our gift to ourselves, this moment, this feeling in our Shavasana. As the cycle of our class comes to an end, and the stillness we began with is matched by a stillness and an internal gaze that we end with. Then when you're ready, you can take a deep breath in and reach your arms up above your head along the ground, stretching out luxuriously into fingertips and into toes. And then in your own time, in a way that suits you, in a way that feels good for your body, come up to a seated position facing forwards on your mat, your Sukhasana seat. And I invite you to bring your palms together in front of your heart, joining left to right. In a moment of gratitude, as I get to thank you for joining me in this practice today. And perhaps you get a chance to thank yourself and your body for turning up and giving yourself the gift of presence and movement. Thank you. Namaste.